How does a guy go from working on movies like The Hobbit and Jungle Book to making this biospanner? Glad you asked. So first is having the need. I worked at Weta Digital in New Zealand for 8.5 years. Now Weta do visual effects or CGI for movies, probably best known for Lord of the Rings and Avatar. And when I was there and we were finishing off Battle of the Five Armies, it was pretty tough. I did 5 weeks straight, 7 days a week, averaging about 80 hours a week. Others did more. I tell you what, my neck and shoulders were not happy about it. I went to see a chiropractor and a massage therapist and eventually an exercise physiologist, but well, they all cost. And relying on someone else for keeping my vehicle in good working order kind of bugged me. So there had to be a better way. Now I've got a background in fitness as well, having worked as a personal trainer in the Sydney CBD for about 10 years. I have a pretty good understanding of how the body works. I wondered if I could combine some of the tech I'd learned from 20 years in computer graphics with my knowledge of anatomy. Maybe pepper in some good old-fashioned logic. Could I make something? Could I fix my own muscle tension? Now the amazing thing about working down in New Zealand was the people around me. I met a prop maker from Lord of the Rings and Avatar. I got encouragement and advice from legends in the industry. Prosthetics on Alien 3, matte painting on Empire Strikes Back and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Then there's the creature TDs or technical directors. So when you see King Kong or the apes from Planet of the Apes or Gollum on screen, part of the reason they look so real is that they have an entire underlying structure that you never even see. They have an anatomically correct skeleton and muscles, and fatty tissue, and then skin and fur if they've got fur. And all of that goes through this computer simulation so it looks accurate and realistic. So your favourite digital movie heroes got an entire muscular system that you get to look at every day in dailies. But watching and learning from these creature muscle simulations every week was a big part of the biospanner journey. So as well as this, I had to learn 3D printing. I learned some basic electronics, enough to be dangerous. CAD software, mold making, and finally, near the end I was working with a mechatronic engineer and together we devised a custom injection molding system using modified corking guns. And now over 2.5 years later, after much trial and error and, I'll be honest, some tears, this is what we made. It's an anatomical digital maquette with over 160 muscles of the human body, actually based on photogrammetry of my own body. Think of it as kind of a simplified muscle blueprint and a fully working biospanner. The biospanner itself has been something I've been thinking about for 5 years or so. It started out as a beer bottle in 2 padded insulators. In Australia, we call them stubby holders. You need them because it's hot and beer should be cold. I'd roll on this device to ease discomfort in my hips. Then morphed into 2 lacrosse balls on a threaded rod, like the world's tiniest barbell. 2 lacrosse balls became 4, and my eureka moment came when I added a climbing rope with a loop and knots up and down its length. But trying to explain my delight and handing someone what looked like a pile of junk ended in some puzzled stares and one time, well, good luck with that. And that's when its final form started to emerge. So sketches became 3D models and computer renders. Refinement steered it away from looking too much like some kind of bedroom weapon and evolved into what you see here today.